Meera, good morning. Let's start off by getting an overview from you in terms of the kind of impact you've seen and whether or not things are now, signaling a change in trend for the next quarter.
I think the last 4 or 5 months have been obviously very, very challenging, from an operational perspective for healthcare firms. But I'm happy to report that I think Metropolis has done well in its first quarter results, beating sort of market expectations. We have seen a growth happening, especially we're back to normalcy in the month of June, to 100% of our revenues as compared to last year, June. We've seen a profitable quarter. Our EBITDA percentage has been about 8.5 to 9%. 9% before sort of looking at, cost of ESOP. And we have been profitable on a PAT basis as well. So I think overall, considering the environment and considering the challenges, I think we've had a really good quarter.
Okay, so we are seeing a better trends now going forward, particularly on the test revenues as well. Ameera, share with us kind of the numbers there, what the outlook's looking like, any challenges, pricing trends on that front.
Sure. Look, it's been very interesting because, if you see what's happening on the ground is patients who've been immunocompromised, like people who've had cancer and kidney failure, something very severe pre-COVID, have actually stayed at home. Have not ventured out during the last 3-4 months, even for their normal care that they would need, because they've been very worried that they will catch COVID in some way, and that will complicate their disease and infection even further. So we have seen obviously patient footfalls fall across the industry. Secondly, we've also seen city by city, there's been a big difference between the revenues, because if you see in certain states, like especially in the north and east, governments have not enforced a very stringent lockdown. Last 3-4 months, people have been moving around, and therefore doctors have been practicing, and footfalls have continued almost at normalcy, especially in June. But in the states in west and in south, we've actually seen governments take a stricter enforcement to lockdown, and therefore you have not seen as many doctors practicing, and therefore patient footfalls have been lesser. So it's very state dependent. That's what's happening on the ground. But we are seeing a trend where the non-COVID business is increasing. July, we have seen a better situation than June. August is better than July. So there's definitely a gradual incline towards normalcy as far as the non-COVID revenues go. But obviously, including the COVID revenues, Metropolis has already come to normal.
Ameera, hi there, good morning. Let's talk a little bit about your financials. You have seen your EBITDA margins contract on a yearly basis. What is the outlook on the operational performance basis, what you said with respect to the pickup in the non-COVID revenues, and how you see your overall cost structure impacting your operational performance?
Sure. So I think the team has done a really good work on managing costs quite efficiently. We've used this time of COVID to really implement all our technology initiatives which were in the works, and therefore a lot of technology infrastructure and softwares have been implemented, which will now give us better visibility for more efficiency and productivity in the coming quarters. We've already managed our costs well in the last quarter. We've seen our variable and semi-variable and fixed costs contract on a year-on-year basis. Overall, the EBITDA profile in April was a loss. May we were in positive at about 11 to 12% EBITDA margin, and in June we've reached a near normalcy of about 25 to 26% EBITDA margins. So as you can see, as the revenues are increasing, we are getting the benefit of the operating leverage, and therefore Q2 the margin profile should definitely look much better with the increase in revenues as well.
So what are going to be the major growth drivers then in FY21 for Metropolis Health?
Look, I think, obviously considering the COVID situation, the biggest growth driver at this point of time is the number of doctors that go out to practice and the number of patients that go to seek doctor consultation. That's going to be one of the biggest growth drivers going forward. We are seeing a change in consumer behavior. Patients who are wanting to walk into centers before are now preferring home visit in certain cities, especially in the metro cities, which have been containment zones. So we have seen a pickup in home services. We are also seeing that because, the traditional form of marketing or traditional form of promotion has not been deployed in the healthcare industry, digital has become a more of a way of engagement with patients and with consumers. And therefore, of course, Metropolis has also increased its digital penetration in terms of reaching consumers and patients, and also in terms of engagement. So I think these are some of the trends we're seeing. And of course, I think considering the industry has, had a bit of a shock in the last few months, where of course revenues have fallen, but we've had to still provide care as essential services. We are seeing a lot of the smaller labs saying that, look, this is just too difficult an environment to operate in, and we would like to rather be part of a consolidation process. And therefore, we believe we will see an uptick in M&A activity in the industry as well.